Burlesque. The glory days of burlesque. Oh, darling, I shimmied and I shook. Oh, goodness. I was known as the girl with the moochie hoochie coochie. I loved my time in burlesque. I was also a cooch dancer on the Carnival in a girly show. I knew how to bump and grind and shake my everything. I knew what to do to make my money, darlings. I was billed for a while as Ping Pong Paula. Not those kinds, darling. I actually was able to juggle ping pong balls with my mouth. Yes, with my mouth. And I could do 3. 2 was a lot of practice, though, trust me. I juggled the ping pong balls a little bit in my hands and in my mouth, and strip and take my clothes off as I did it. It was pretty amazing. People loved it. When it came to burlesque, if you didn't have a gimmick, or you didn't have a novelty to make your strip special, and stand out, then the agents really didn't have any interest in booking you, and then the owners really didn't have any interest in booking you at all. Hula hoops. Do something with a jump rope, maybe. When you're jumping, first of all, the men are going to love jumping on a jump rope. And then maybe your clothes fall off. Some little gimmicks there, little ideas. Sally Rand with the bubble dance and the feather fans. Gypsy Rose Lee, she educated people as well as took off her clothes. She used humor and comedy and teaching people little things like enthusiast, which means one who sheds its skin. Enthusiast. Fabulous word. Dixie Evans, she was the Marilyn Monroe of the burlesque. Of course, Tempest Storm and Ann Corio. Dusty Summers now. Dusty helped change my life, and she didn't even know it. She had clubs in Texas. She had birds, and she was doing a magic act. I thought, what a great idea. It planted a seed for me, because I knew I wanted to dance. And I was a pretty good dancer, and I was raised in circus business, so I had some different talents. Then I saw Rosita Royce, and she actually had pigeons that flew from the balcony at the theater onto her shoulders, and they would take her clothes off. I thought to myself, now that's an act. So, within a couple months, my first time performing, I was Bird of Paradise. Doves that flew onto my shoulders and would slowly take one piece of silk off at a time until I had nothing on but the pasties and my little G-string. Now it would be big pasties and a great big G-string. It was the idea of the peekaboo. What are you gonna see? And trust me, I peekabooed more than a couple times, because I could shake it a lot. And I'd let the men think they were going to see it all, and then sometimes I'd give them just a little bit. But see, I did the pasties and the tassels. I could get the tassels going pretty well in my day. Then they came out with the assels. You had tassels and assels. Darling, I've got a big butt, but I couldn't do nothing with the assholes. That's crazy. These girls now, they can get them all going up, down, 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 down. Pretty amazing to me. After burlesque, I ended up on the Carnival in a girly show. I would dance and prance on the little stage, and then everybody would come inside the tent, and you'd have these beautiful girls dancing around. It was a burlesque show that traveled on the carnivals. And we made some good money, too, let me tell you. I was doing my Bird of Paradise routine for a while, and I met a gentleman by the name of Ward Hall. Oh, my goodness. He had sideshow oddities. I think he had the World of Wonders. And he was just an amazing man, and I learned a lot from him. I got to thank him because he had given me, he said he had an old snake, and he didn't want to just leave it anywhere, so he said, you know what, you're working with the birds, you like animals, why don't you get the snake from me, and you can build yourself a new act. I said, build myself a new act? I've got the birds, but the birds were, you know, I needed something new and fresh. So, I bought Julius Squeezer. What a name. A reticulated python that I don't know how old it was, but it didn't move very fast. And so I bought Julius Squeezer, and within 2 weeks, I was Scheherazade ODD with her daring dance of the serpent. And it was amazing. I did so well on that COOCH show. That's what we called the Carnival show. The girly shows, we called them COOCH shows. Hey, coochie, coochie, coochie. They got some coochie there, trust me. But the snake was a wonderful idea. Problem was, about the third weekend, I was doing the Bird of Paradise in one performance, and I would do the snake, Julie Squeezer, in another show later at night, because that was a little more provocative. And by the third week, Julius Squeezer got loose out of his cage and ate all the birds, so Bird of Paradise went by the wayside pretty quick. I couldn't train anymore, because I really didn't train him, my friend did, so. One of Mitski's final big performing headliners was a gal by the name of Sandy O'Hara, the improper Bostonian. Sandy O'Hara was magic on stage. She had everything it took to be a headliner. And what was funny is we were doing lighting cues, and I was working in blue light at the time. And David Hansen, Sandy's husband, piped up and he said, what the hell are you doing with blue light? Blue light will show hair on a baby's ass. You want to use titty pink. Now, I was young. That titty pink light. Trust me. Titty pink light is what you want to use if you're stripping and doing a really nice exotic act. You want to use titty pink gels. Trust me. I'm so excited that we get to talk about this. You know, if it weren't for Shirley and for Carmelita actually working now in gentlemen's clubs, I would probably have never really shared that aspect of my life. But I'm really proud of you girls. You're working hard to pay your way through college. A lot of the exotic dancers nowadays, and even in the old days, they would do it as a means to an end. Some made an actual amazing career out of it. You had Lily St. Cyr and Sally Rand, Hope Diamond, Blaze Star, Gypsy Rose Lee, of course, the Exdesiast. Now, if you made it to the Trocadero, that was the big thing. All the big names, they worked in a lot of the big, amazing theaters, but if you made it to the Trocadero, trust me, darling, you made it. For all the ladies that are doing burlesque or working at any kind of strip club, God bless you. Make all the money you can. Money, money, money. You gotta do it, honey. Get that gimmick, get that novelty act, and make the men spend all their money on you. And then go to college and represent them when they do something disgusting and dirty and perverted. And you will be the lawyer representing them.